Hi there, I'm Michelle, surface pattern designer and teacher from Queensland, Australia. This video is all about how to use templates to create flowing and beautifully spaced seamless patterns. If you're here because you bought one of my pattern templates, then thank you so much. I look forward to showing you how to use it. And if you are here because you are learning about pattern templates, then a very warm welcome to you. I'll show you what they are and how to use them. I'm going to be using Procreate to demonstrate in this video. However, the PNG pattern templates can be used in most design apps that support multiple layers, such as Affinity, Canva, Adobe Fresco, Photoshop, and Illustrator. The template is imported into the app with the artwork created on a separate layer. So some of the terminology may be different, but the process is essentially the same. If you're stuck at any point, just pop your question in the description and I will troubleshoot it with you. So let's get started. Step 1 is setting up your canvas and importing your pattern template ready to use. If you purchase the pattern templates from me, you'll need to save them to your iPad, device, or computer so that you can use them. And you might need to extract the files first if they are in a zip folder. If you don't have any pattern templates to use yet, I've got you covered. Head to my Etsy shop and you'll find a good selection of individual templates or bundles. I am totally here to feed your pattern habits. So let's get back to setting up our artboard. Inside of Procreate, we're going to create a new canvas, and this template is going to be 3600 by 3600. I'll set it to 150 dpi, but you can do whatever you choose for your pattern. While you can choose your artboard size, it's important to ensure the ratio matches your template, otherwise your pattern might not be perfectly seamless. In step 2, let's import your template files. Here in Procreate, to import the file, we're going to come across to the spanner. Then we're going to click on Insert a File or Insert a Photo, depending on where you've saved it. Choose the template that you've purchased, that you've got, that you've made, that you want to use, and it will import. And what we want to do is ensure that it fits to canvas so that the actual template reaches right to the edge. If it's smaller than the actual artboard, then it's not going to line up seamlessly. So ensure it's fit to canvas. Pause this screen for import instructions that are specific to other apps that you might be using. Now that your template is set up on your artboard, it's time for the fun part, designing the actual patterns. Let's quickly cover some different areas of the template. So depending on the template you're using, yours might look a little bit different than the one on the screen. But in templates, you will have the center repeat guides, which will usually be darker than the rest of the template, or they might be in a different color. It might have dotted lines or straight lines depending on your template. Then you'll have guidelines in the corners, which will be a lighter color. When you start illustrating your pattern, don't draw anything in these areas, because in later steps, your center repeat will be duplicated into these areas, so just keep them clear for now. The edges of your pattern tile are also important. They are what makes your pattern tile seamless. When illustrating your center repeat, nothing should touch the tile edge, as what appears on one side will be cut off when the tile is placed side by side. Some pattern templates may have different features like this one. This is one of my Ditzy layout templates, which has color-coded circles. These colors help you with placing similar sized or colored elements to ensure your pattern motifs are well balanced when viewing the repeat. And now we're going to start illustrate our elements in the pattern template. So for this one, I've decided to have a background color. So I'm just going to create a new layer, which is going to hold my background color, and that way I can change it if I want to later. This one. Then I'll move my background layer. When it behaves, I'm going to move the background layer to underneath the template so that I can still see my template. Then my artwork is going to go above the template so that I can clearly see it as I am drawing. With these templates, I recommend you start with the main elements of your, the main subject matter. For these ones, it's the large flowers, which in this particular template, the larger circles indicate where you would position the larger motif or the larger flower. And the smaller circles could be smaller flowers, a different type of flower, or, flower buds. I'll speed up the video through this process. And in the templates, if they have leaf shapes, that indicates where you would position foliage. You don't have to exactly match where the foliage lies. It's an indicator. And the other parts of the template simply show you where elements may sit when they repeat so that you know where not to overlap. And once you're finished, you'll have an artboard that looks something like this, where you have your center repeat in the center of your artboard, and you won't have anything in the corners. So these corners I'm marking off, you won't have anything there. That's clear space ready for the next step. Now it's time to turn your center repeat into a seamless pattern tile. When you duplicate your center repeat and place them in the four corners of your artboard, it will create the seamless repeat of your pattern. Your corner duplicates will be cut off at the edge of your artboard, but this is intentional and essential in creating the seamless repeat effect. Here's how to do it. This is optional, but I'm going to merge my layers so that I can work with them together. If you want to keep your layers separate in your artwork, then just group them together instead of merging them together. Now, this next step is quite important. We want to create an invisible layer. So inside of Procreate, we just want to fill the layer and then reduce the opacity to 0%. On other apps, you need to create a square that fills the artboard that is the exact size of your artboard, and then reduce the opacity down to 0 as well. Then group your invisible layer with your artwork into one group. We're going to duplicate it, but then rename the original as the center repeat. We want to keep this so that if we need to make edits later, we can. The center repeat should never change. Now we also want to turn the duplicates into the corner pieces, because these are the duplicates we're going to position in the corner. So create 4 duplicates of your center repeat. So you have your center repeat and your 4 duplicates. Then with each of your duplicates, we want to position each one in the 4 corners. I just want to demonstrate why we use the invisible layer. It activates the entire artboard. If I switch off the invisible layer, so if I delete it and then select my artwork, you can see it doesn't actually select the whole artboard. And it's important because if I were to move this layer, it wouldn't line up properly. And that's why we want the invisible layer within our group, so that when we duplicate and reposition, it's going to line up seamlessly. So it's an important step. Now let's move each layer into the 4 corners. Oh, sorry, it's wobbly. Make sure snapping's on here. It makes it a little bit easier for you. And an extra tip, if you're struggling to line them up to see the Procreate have the gold lines to indicate that it's lined up correctly. If it's not lining up properly for you, you can switch off all the other layers and then it doesn't have as many things to line up with. But basically what we're doing is we are moving each duplicate to a different corner. And you'll notice as it comes together, it's going to begin filling your pattern template. Now we have our seamless pattern tile. And if we duplicate this tile and then reduce them down so that they're placed side by side and top to bottom, this pattern will infinitely repeat. So now you have a beautiful seamless repeating pattern tile you can use for your own projects or to sell on sites like Spoonflower or Creative Market or whatever it is you choose to do with them. If you're watching this video but you don't have any pattern templates yet, I have quite a few in my Etsy shop to get you started. Like this pattern, which was illustrated using my floral template number 2, the same one you saw in this video. And this ditzy floral was created with my floral template number 5. And you can see from these 2 examples that even one template allows you to create many patterns that look completely different. So don't limit yourself to one pattern per template. Have fun and use different styles, different subject matter, and different brushes to produce different results from this single template. Check out my range of pattern templates in my Etsy shop. I'll pop a clickable link in the description for you. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps build your skill with seamless pattern design. Like this video to give me a virtual high five and let me know that my videos are helpful, or subscribe so that you can see more of my videos pop up into your feed. See you in the next video.